Hi all, welcome back to Red Storm, Dark Blue Defection. This is scenario 2, good old Uncle Sam. This is part 5 of that scenario. We just finished, we're on turn 3, and we just finished the first initiative action was me getting an activation, Vegas flight, while Weasel attacking the SA-13 here, hitting it with heavy damage, so shutting it down for the rest of the scenario, so that's good. And heavy damage, yeah, that's good as well. So we only got one, it maybe took a little time to deal with all that, but I'm just trying to do things slowly and carefully and hopefully not make any blunders. I've had part through, hang on. Yeah, I think I misspoke. It was part 3 that I just uploaded. This is part 5, isn't it? I've got part 4 there. I haven't looked at that yet. I like to look over it, like I say. So part 3 I've just uploaded just now. But part 2's been out there a little bit. So I've not had any major... Well, I've not had any comments saying that but anything's gone majorly wrong anyway. So that's not to say it might not still happen, but... right, so just about to start, and I thought just before I did, I looked over the scenario special rules again, just to grab my head around that, how the bot flights work, and I've just when you read it slowly again, I think I was even getting slightly muddled up by what this means again, and it's just the way it's set up, and it was like this in the first scenario. And this is step 3. It's showing you that it's not, well, these aren't steps, they're just rules, Bot flight follows all rules in pack 5. When activating, we roll and blah 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 for dummies and that. But this one and this one are quite important, right? So generic bot flights ignore the greater than or equal to 8 no engagement attempt go to non-combat actions on player aid card 5. And what that means is, where is card 5 here? What that means is, it's this, because if we are within 7 hexes, we roll 1d10, right? But we ignore this part anyway. So as soon as we become within 7 hexes, we do this, and then up until then, I may have spoke about this again and sussed it out. Up until then, we just follow the mission flight plan within 1 hex, using movement profile for MiG-21 SPS at combat throttle. And then this one says, if detected enemy flight in same hex or within 7 hexes, go to engagement actions on player aid card 5. Right, and I did put this as part of a question in the first scenario was, when do we check the 7 hexes? And I don't think anybody come back saying anything, but I think it's pretty straightforward that we can't do it halfway through our movement. Suddenly say, oh, wait now, I'm now within 7 hexes of a detected flight. Let's now look at that. You've got to wait. It's got to be the start of your movement, surely. And I'm sure that's how I looked at it in scenario 1. And like I said, nobody has led me to believe that it's done otherwise. Okay, and then obviously the reason I'm looking at that for, well, it's the Warsaw Pact initiative now. And then this flight here is, well, it's not within 7, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's within 9th. This is Vegas flight. And I've got the wee blue cube just to say that he's moved. I'm going to start doing that with because I might get muddled up. And I'm going to start using some dice, I think, to keep track of my movement points, because I'll get muddled up with that as well. I get distracted or I look elsewhere or go looking for something. Okay, so right, Warsaw Pact initiative then. So there's none of them within 7, so they're just going to carry on with their flight plan. Okay, so let's draw a chip. I'll take that off now. And what we've got a large 2, so this might not be a lot. Yeah, it's just 1 as well. So just 1 flight for the Warsaw Pact. I'm going to chuck that back in the cup. 1 flight, so, and we've not moved any of them. Okay, so we have to roll a dice and find out what suit we're going to be looking at. It's just one dice, correct? We've got a 1, which is hearts. So, which is kind of good. I don't really want that. Well, I'm saying I don't want that move in. It's probably going to be within 7. Because I'm pretty sure my Cobra flight's going to come down and launch, well, attempt BVR combat. But we'll at least find out if this is a real fight or not. Right, there's a heart there. The other 2 up the top are diamonds. So this one's going to activate. It's going to move. So its movement points are 4. It's at the deck, and as we've already seen, we want to climb. Right, hold on. I've got 4 movement points, right? That's what we've got. So I'm gonna, well, I can move one free turn. Free 30-degree turn? Yeah, free 30-degree turn. Still at deck level. So that's me down to 3. And then now, because I'm at deck and I'm about to move over the mountains, I'm going to have to spend a movement point to climb to low altitude. That's two left. And then we can carry on moving now. So 1 and then 2 in there. Do I want to turn them anymore? No, I don't think so, because we can go in here and turn, because like I've said, I don't really want to be going up this line here. Oh yeah, and that's something. Remember I was concerned, I thought I was wondering about these, if these actually have AAA fire and that. Nobody said anything about that yet, which is quite good. I just can't believe that they do actually fire on friendly flights. I can understand if a Warsaw Pact flight was to go, you know, in a hex adjacent to this. Yeah, I'm just not sure. Hopefully somebody will chime in about that and let me know how they actually work. Right, that was the last 2 points, wasn't it? See that? I never adjusted that dice there. 3, 4. Yeah, it was. It was, because we were at 1, 3 turn, and then we went 2 to climb, and then 3, 4. Right, okay. So that's our C flight moved. Now they only had initiative of 1, so that'll be that. Oops. So they've still got 3 flights to move, but it is going to be, I'm looking for the initiative chat. I put it back, didn't I? So it's back to us. So this is where we could see some action from our F-15s. So maybe drop something there. No, right, here we go. It's well, we've got a 2. Good. Right, well that's our last 2 flights. Because we've had one of our flights move, we've got 2 more. So we're going to activate our last 2 flights. Good stuff. Right, I got dragged away there. Where were we? Right, we got initiative to activate our both final 2 flights. Just glancing at the height difference between these 2 is not great. Now, yeah, let's just look at Linus, or remind myself Linus sight, I think. Was it in? I think it's only, I think it's mainly when you've got weather issues, mist and the likes. But obviously the mountains must come into it. You know, if you were deck at one side of the mountain and the other flight was deck at the other side, then you'd have line of sight issues, wouldn't you? Line of sight. BVR prerequisites. 11.212. I suppose I should look there, because that's what we're going to try. And 11.212. BVR air combat engagement prerequisites. Defender must be in range. If the attacker is using an infrared missile, there must be a line of sight. And then it links 22.1 to the enemy flight. What are we using? We're going to be using... Yeah, we're not. We're using a radar homing missile. Right, but what was that link in it? 22.1, does that tell us about line of sight then? Yeah, 22.1 is line of sight. Alright, so there we have 22.1 line of sight, page 40. Many game functions rely on there being an unblocked line of sight from one unit to another. To determine line of sight, draw an imaginary line from the centre of the unit's hex or hex side to the other unit. Treat ground units / targets as being on the deck for the purposes of this rule. Line of sight is blocked under any of the following conditions. One or more hexes of dense cloud lie along the line and the cloud layer is between the unit and the target's altitude. Right, so that's dense cloud. So we're definitely going to any of that. Any of the intervening hexes contain a broken cloud layer or mist and the range is greater than 2 hexes. Right, we've none of that as well. Both units are on the deck and the line passes through any portion of a mountain hex. So there you go. So it doesn't matter. Yeah. But to me, it's for BVR, radar homing missiles, it looks like I wouldn't need a line of sight attached with fire. So I think we could both be at deck with a mountain intervening and I could still do this. Maybe I would want to look more at that just to be sure, but okay, so it's mainly what is it, mist and cloud and whatever. But that's only one. If you're both at deck and the line passes through any portion of a mountain hex, then the line of sight's blocked. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can get this moving in. Right. So Cobra flight at high altitude. I wonder if it's wiser dropping to medium then. Might be, yeah. BVR, right, I'm looking on BVR. BVR combat, maneuver table modifiers. Defender at, what is he? He's at low, isn't he? Hang on. Well, we've got a choice of 2 now, haven't we? Yeah, they're both at low. Ooh, we've got a choice at 2, and we're an F-15. Auto BVR, 2 targets. Hello. Thing is, if we go all guns blazing here, do we find out if they're... Yeah, we find out before we actually launch our missiles, don't we? Or do we? If they're real flights or not. Yeah, anyway, there's a -1 per altitude band difference between attacker and defender. That's what makes me think maybe... Why was I up at high so I could dash, get a good bit of speed, get a good bit of distance moving, but... Okay, I mean, we could come down to their altitude for this. I dare say we could. Right, how far do we need to come in? We need to be within 9, so hang on. From him, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I think I need to reach this hex. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that would be within 8 of that guy and 9 of that. So in actual fact, here, well, if I'm going to do them both, I want to do it there. So I need a movement of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at least. The F-15 to get a speed of well, to be honest, combat throttle at high altitude gives me 5. But remember, oh no, wait, auto BVR anyway, so I only need to move to that hex. Okay. Well, I'm going to do Do we want to drop to what altitude here? Right, I'm gonna declare a combat throttle at high altitude, gives me 5 movement points. Right, let's do this. Now, the fact that we can auto BVR 2 targets, I think we do these individually, don't we? And remember, we automatically engage them. Okay. Right, 5 movement points. So 1, right? Well, I've got 4 left. I'm going to drop to medium. Now we do, that is right. You get a free drop on every move, don't you? Freely descend 1 altitude band. Yeah. Yeah, I think it makes sense dropping down to low actually. So 2. That's 2 movement, and I'm going to drop to low. Counters. I've got them covered up again. Must have done that last night when I finished. Where are we? That one goes there. Right, low. So that's down to low. We've still got 3 movement points left. So 1, 2. So I've got 1 movement point left. And I'm now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I've got 1 movement point left actually. I don't think I need to use this because I think I can, unless I need to move 1 more hex. I don't think so. I think I can engage both of them from there. Okay, so I'm going to declare a BVR engagement. I'm gonna try and just look at this off the yeah, they are both detected, aren't they? Yeah. I'm just going to try and do this off the player aid, hopefully. So the requirements are defender detected, defender in range of attacker undeployed BVR weapon. Now that 9 is from the front, isn't it? Yeah, 9 means the front. Is it attacking from their front? Hang on. Yeah, just remind myself, 7.44, page 19, F-15 flights in BVR combat. If all prerequisites are met, F-15 flights automatically succeed with any BVR engagement attempt. In addition, F-15 flights may attempt to engage 2 different enemy flights in BVR combat in the same movement phase. They may then attempt to engage either of those flights in standard area. Well, we won't be doing that. I just want to find out about the weapons. It says front. I'm sure if I look at this chart, tells us. Yeah, it's an AIM. What is that? An AIM 7M we've got, and on the chart it says 1 to 9 is in the forward. 1 to 5 is the beam. 1 to 2 is the rear. I think that's, yeah, all these kind of throw me a bit, and I'm not sure if it means, well, to be honest, we're both in each forward arc, but what I'm wondering is it a 9 hex range because it's in our forward, or is it because we're in its forward? I think that's the case, because I seem to remember in the first scenario coming attacking from their beam and only getting a range of 5. So I think this is regarding the defending flight. I wish I could see this. It's here I know it's here somewhere. Well, let's see if I can find it. I'm looking in the BVR area, but I'm not finding it, so give me a second. Okay, here we are. 11.13 combat values, page 17. I'll skip by the first bit. It says the range of each BVR weapon is shown in terms of where the attacking flight is in relation to the target. If the attacker is in the forward arc of the target, use the range listed for forward. If in the forward or rear beams, use beam. Yeah, so it is that. So it's regarding where we are in relation to him. So we are in its forward arc for both of these. So we will get the range of 9. Okay, right, good stuff. So although I've got 1 movement point left, I don't think it really matters. So let's engage. Right, again, let's go back to this chart. So we've successfully engaged. But now, hang on. We need to check to see if we need player area card 5, don't we? Well, we also need this DBD rules, I think, because there's a slight alteration to this, isn't there? Well, let's find out if we are actually checking for activation. Bot flights. A generated bot flight is activated if any of the following occur. It is visually identified. Well, that's not the case. It attempts to engage in or is successfully engaged in air-to-air combat, including BVR. So we are at that stage now. These are both successfully engaged in BVR combat. Was there any point me just targeting one just now and then maybe consider? No, I don't think so. I think they're both there for the taking and we should find out what they are. So we're now going to roll to see if these are real flights or dummy flights. And we're not going to use the play rate card 5 because it's slightly different. So I'm looking at the special scenario rules for double defection NSC2, good old Uncle Sam. Number 2 says, when activating bot flights, maximum of 2 dummy flights. Oh, excuse me. Right. I think I've calmed down. I had a bit of a coughing fit there. So a roll of 0 to 5 is a real flight. A roll of 6 to 10 is a dummy flight. Do not add negative modifiers to the activation roll, as it says in player card 5. So 0 to 5 is a real flight. So it's slightly different to the normal the bot rules. They do less than or equal to 6 would be a real flight, and greater than or equal to 7 would be a dummy. However, we're not doing that. So let's roll on flight C first, the heart, the one that's moved. Oh, I don't think it matters. So we're rolling 1 dice, and if it's a 0 to 5, it's a real flight. Sorry, that's a bit of a misprint. If it's a 1 to 5, because obviously a 0 is a 10. So 1 to 5 is a real flight, 6 to 10 it's a dummy. So here we go. This is on the C flight. It's a 5. It's a real flight. Okay. So once we do that, what do we do? Okay. If real flight, see scenario for flight generation instructions, fill in log sheet, roll for flight. Right, how do we decide here? Here we go. If bot flight activation check, again this is in the DBD rules, this is the scenario instructions. If bot flight activation check is real flight, roll for flight type. Okay, let's just go, is it just maybe, because they've just got one other, so it's just an odd or an even roll. I'm looking for a number to roll there, but I'm guessing it's just leaving you to, whereas in the previous scenario, yeah, in the previous scenario it gave you die rolls, but in this one, oh no, it does, sorry, my bad, it does, it's right at the very bottom of the page. So a 1 to 4 is going to be the MiG-29A. A 5 to 10 is a MiG-21 SPS fish bed. So here we go. 1 to 4 is the MiG-29A. I rolled a 1. So this is the MiG-29A. Which, yeah, I think that's pretty good because we're getting a launch at this. So we can now take him and put this in here. I'll just leave that back on top. Okay, and then that can go away. Yeah, I'll just put that up there just now. Okay. So, and then, well, we need to check. We're also doing an engagement check on D. So now we're going to roll again to see if it's a real flight. So a 0 to 5 would be a real flight. 6 to 10, it's a dummy. So here we go. 7. Okay, so it is a dummy. Which I think it's quite good having one of them down here and then one of them up there. So we know now that the fish bed, MiG-21, is it 21? Yeah, is up there somewhere. It's one of these two. And this is a dump. Whoops. Right, there we go. The daily drop of the camera. And the dummy just goes away, doesn't it? Yeah. We've detected that as a dummy, so that's going away as well. I believe. We can take that altitude marker off as well. Okay, that's good. Right, so now we can carry on with this BVR. So I can move that out of the way. Move that out of the way. So I'm looking at the play chart for BVR. Air-air combat sequence. So we've got automatic engagement, so we don't need to roll on that. If BVR combat commences, the attacker only rolls on the maneuver table to determine the number of shots. Check if Soviet doctrine applies. If no shots, skip to G. Okay, so I'm across here. And I mean, I've showed you this one before, so I'm not going to show you this again. I'd like to be able to, because it does make the game flow a bit better, but it's going to take me long enough to get through these videos, I think. Alright, so I brought it up after all. I figure I've got to read through this myself. It's not that I've got this embedded in my head that I can just roll dice and get on with it. So the annoying thing is that the instructions are on the back of this, aren't they? So I really need to open it right out. But I don't need to show you the other half of the page, admittedly. That's our one movement point left, isn't it? Right, shift that along a bit, Grant. Come on. Right. Right, where are we? Okay, so PVR combat commences. The attacker only rolls on the maneuver table to determine the number of shots, 11.31, which I may have open on the rule book as well, just to keep me right. So yeah, this was a bit, I remember scratching my head. This is for standard air. This is for BVR. This is flight maneuver rating modifiers. This is, yeah. This is only used to get a modifier for this. So this is only involved for this. Is that right? Pretty sure it is. So we're doing this table. Well, we're rolling on this column for the BVR maneuver, and we're checking these modifiers. That's it. Right. So, right, per altitude band difference between attacker and defender. Well, we managed to get down to low altitude as well, so that's not applying. There's no minus ones there. Defender at low altitude, but there's an exception, no mod if attacker is same or lower. So they are at low, but we're at lower as well, so that's an exception, that doesn't apply. Defender at deck, no. Defender at very high, no. Defender attack from rear arc, no. Defender attack from beam or in defensive wheel, no. We're attacking from the front. Defender attack from forward arc, there it is, +2. Yeah, that's all coming back to me now. And then attacking flight's aggression value. So we've got a +2 up to now. Attacking flight's aggression value. Looking across at Cobra, he's got a +2. Wow. So we're getting a +2 for that, +2 for that, +4. Now, Warsaw Pact, Soviet doctrine. Well, hang on. Both their flights have only got 2 aircraft anyway. Right, hang on. Warsaw Pact flights with 1 or 2 aircraft use the 1 column. Right, what is Soviet doctrine again? This restriction does not apply to Warsaw Pact flights on the defence. Yeah, it's only when they're attacking, or for MiG-29s anyway. So that wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, so that doesn't apply. Soviet doctrine doesn't apply. They've got 2 aircraft, so it's this column here that we're looking at, and we're rolling on. Yeah, we're rolling to see what we get down here. So 2 dice, and we've got a +4 modifier. Okay, so yeah, let's do it. Nice and high. 14, I like it. 14 +4, 18. Oh, greater than or equal to 17. And cross-reference that with the number of aircraft. 2 aircraft, we've got 3. The result is a number of shot opportunities. Subtract 1 if a slash attack that does not achieve. Surprise, right? We're not doing any of that. We've got 3 shot opportunities. So looking across here, that is maneuver. Check if Soviet doctrine. If no shots, skip to G. We're not. We've got 3 shots. Shot resolution. Resolve any shots in the shot resolution table. If no shots taken, skip to step G. There's a 1.33 shot resolution. So we're down here now. Select an undepleted weapon to shoot with. Then roll 2 dice, apply modifiers, and consult the table below. Shots are resolved in any order as determined by the players. A shot may be refused based on the results of an earlier shot. Now, I think that's to prevent us from maybe running out of ammo because, well, for instance, if we were only firing at 1 aircraft and we shot it down and we were going 3 shots, we'd just say, right, that's it, we'll back off now, we're not firing our 2 weapons because, yeah. So, right. So we're going to roll on this. Apply modifiers. Yeah, because we get 3. We're going to get 3 rolls on this. Combat value of selected weapon. Well, let me bring this in. Might as well give you a look at this. So we're on Cobra up there, and we're using his RHM AIM 7M radar homing missile. Now I made a little mistake in this in the previous scenario as well, because that +3 up the top, that's for air-to-air combat. The 3 in the bracket, in the square brackets, is the ammo depletion number. If you happen to roll 3 or less, it would deplete the weapons. And this is the number that's relevant to us here, this +2. That's for BVR. So it's a +2 we're getting. The 9, the 5, and the 2. The 9 is the range that we're benefiting from, because the front. 5 would be the beam, 2 would be the rear. And then there was just to show us our aggression value, +2. Yeah, so we got a +2 for this. Pop back down there again, Grant. So this is looking promising. So we're getting 3 shots with a +2. And then +1 flight has 1 or more additional undepleted weapons not applicable to BVR. Right, we can't use that for BVR. So we're just getting that +2 and we're rolling 3 times. Okay, let's go. Is that right? And I don't need to check ammo until after I've done all these, do I? No, it's in the next step. So we resolve any shots on the shot. Yeah, we're resolving them all. Right, +2 in the first one. I've rolled a 7, that sounds bad. 7 +2 is 9, less than 13 is no effect. Right, we need higher. Come on, Grant. the second roll is only a 9. Plus 2 is 11. This is all going wrong now. Right, last shot. 16. That's better. Plus 2, 18. One aircraft shot down. Perfect. Well, not perfect, because we'd like to have taken them both out. Right, so we've got a result. We've got a one aircraft shot down result. So now we... Well, actually, now we check for a BVR depletion. And we modify the roll by -1 per shot taken after the first. See, this is why you might want to skip on some of the weapons. Skip on some of the shots. Only the BVR weapon used may deplete. So we're checking for BVR depletion, and it was on a 3, so this is just one die roll, isn't it? This is 11.34. Roll one die for each flight that resolved a shot. Roll per flight that took a shot, not per shot taken. If a flight resolved multiple shots, subtract 1 from the roll for each shot after the first. So we're going to roll one die and subtract 2 because we fired 3 shots. So we got a -2 to this, and we don't want it to be. If the result is equal to or less than depletion number is 3. So here we go. Oh jeez, roll the 1. That's really bad, isn't it? Does that not do something really bad? If the modified result is 1 or less, a second weapon, if the flight has one, is also depleted. Oh, or does that not apply to the BVR maybe, hopefully? No name player may choose. For BVR combat, only the BVR weapon used can deplete. No other weapons deplete, even if the depletion roll is 1 or less. Well, we're fortunate there then. So, yeah, that's not good though. I mean, I know we did take one of the aircraft out, but Cobra's just lost his radar homing missiles. So that's them going. Not like that. What's them marked over that? So I ran my hand over it or something. Yeah, just whilst there. No, nothing else doing. I think I'd marked that few off before. Yeah, Cobra didn't use dash throttle here anyway. So that's him. So I mean, his only other BVR weapon has only got a range at 2 from the front. I mean, it might be that Vegas is going to get involved now, because he's got BVR range of 9 as well. So it's not great. If we had just managed to like damage the other aircraft, right, we're going to find out about the MiG-29, aren't we? Pull off. One of them is going to be shot down. So yeah, so we need the damage allocation table now. So that's unfortunately we've lost our weapons. Lost our long range weapons. I think damage allocation is over the page here. Right, there we go. Right, hang on. Zoom out back around. Alright, so there's damage allocation table. 1 dice. Number of aircraft that start the combat is 2, so we're rolling on the 2 column with 1 dice, and the result's going to be the aircraft that's shot down. Okay, that's a 5. So on the 2 column, 5 is the second aircraft. So the second aircraft shot down, that's the only damage result that we've got to apply. So pull off number 2 is shot down. But unfortunately there's still 1 up there. So, yeah. Just noticed their BVR range is 7 from the front. So yeah, he's probably going to get involved. Oh, he's activated now, isn't he? Yeah, so he'll do something different. Okay. Right, well, I suppose it wasn't the worst result, but it could have been better when we got 3 shots, I think. Anyway. Right. Now what else? Hang on, is there not something else? Well, look at the follow the sequence, Grant. Let's put it down there and have a look again. That's the sequence that we've been through there. So depletion, unfortunately we lost our weapons. Damage allocation, morale. If shots occurred, the defender takes morale checks. Okay. And then, well, we'll look at that next part first. So morale checks. Yeah, okay. Right, okay, well, let's see what happens here. So BVR combat, this is what we're going to enroll on. We're just rolling 2 dice on this. Or is this for each? Well, we've only got 1 aircraft left. Right, hang on. I'll have a wee glance at the rules for this, I think. Right, so it's only the defending player that defending flights that conduct a morale check in BVR combat. So to conduct a morale check, roll 2 dice and consult the morale check table, modify the roll as indicated. Apply damage lost modifiers only for aircraft damaged or lost in the just resolve combat. Refer to the column for standard air-to-air combat, BVR or combat, ASAM. Right, apply the results including possible jettison check. Okay, let's just roll 2 dice here. Well, we've got some modifiers. So plus aggression value. So is this of the flight doing the check? Yeah. Had surprise, disadvantaged. None of these apply. Per enemy aircraft damage, cripple, shot down. Well, that doesn't apply. They didn't shoot at us. We just shot at them. Per friendly aircraft damage, cripple, shot down. So they're going to get a -1. No, is that right? The lower the number. The lower the number is better for us here, isn't it? Well, in some, yeah. I mean, because abort's a really good result. The swordard's better. Yeah, we want down here. We want the swordard or abort even better. So they're getting a -1 because they got 1 aircraft shot down. Flight is disengaging. No. Right, so it's a -1. We're going to roll 2 dice. And we want a lower result this time. I rolled 13. That doesn't seem low enough. 13 -1 is 12. 8 to 12. Well, they get a -1 aggression value to their aggression value. And they do a jettison check. That's only air to ground, isn't it? Yeah, because it says... So they're getting a -1. But jettison check. Each aircraft in flight rolls to see if it jettisons all its air to ground ordnance. Yeah. But they don't have ground weapons. No. So all that's going to happen is they're getting a -1. So their aggression value is going to move from +1 to 0. I had a green pen, didn't I? It was a green pen I was using. So that I could highlight that 1. Well, see, it's got a +1 and it shows you that in green. I think it's a lighter green colour I've got, but because that's gone down to 0, what I was doing was just going over that like that. That looks alright, eh? Maybe you can't see it that well, but as long as I know what I'm going to look at that and say, oh, that's in green, it's a +0. And then if they happen to go back up to 1, I can wipe that off again. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, that could have been a better result as well. It would have been great if they got the swordard, because then that would have been much better. Okay, well, it wasn't. So that's that. And I think that's about everything. Right, there's one more thing to do, which I think I forgot in my last scenario as well. We need a BVR avoid marker. Right, where are they about? There's one. And that goes on the defending flight. And basically, I'm just looking it up there. BVR avoid markers are placed on defending flights after BVR combat. Flight that begins its movement with a BVR avoid marker must spend 1 movement point to remove marker. So it's just the fact it's been on BVR and Yeah, so he's down here, so I'll just put that there. So it's just going to cost him 1 movement point before he can do anything else. Okay, and then back to, well, we still have that 1 movement point left, which I kind of have to use because I did declare I was using it. I think you've got to declare what you're moving, because remember I could, my speed was 5. I could have just selected 4, couldn't I? I can select 1 less at combat throttle, and then between the two, for dash throttle, between the two highest, 5 and 8 it would be. So I'm guessing though that you probably have to declare that. You can't suddenly decide halfway through that you're not going to use that 1 movement point. I might be wrong, let me know. Well, yeah, he's got a problem now, Cobra. Well, he could go in. He still has BVR weapons, but I need to be at range 2. I get the feeling Pulov's probably going to have a go at us, maybe, but... well, we'll carry on our 1 movement point into there then. And it's staying at low altitude. I mean, I suppose could I have climbed there? Would that have been a good idea? I don't know. I think it might have been. Actually, let me drop back there. I don't know. I've not played the game enough to know if it's a good idea or not. I'm going to do that. I'm going to use my last movement point to just sit in that heights and climb to medium altitude. So we've fired a BVR and we've just climbed a little bit. Because, I mean, if they want to engage us, they're now at low altitude and we're at medium, so it might cause them a bit of grief, maybe. We shall see. Okay. Well, that's that, isn't it? That's him that activated, or moved, should I say. So that's Cobra done. And the good thing is, they've already moved, haven't they? So, yeah. Now, we've got our other flight to go now. 47 minutes. My battery's running low. I don't want to just stop it as a part here, but I suppose I could. Just make it a smallish part. I think I might. I don't know. I don't know if you'd maybe prefer that I did move on. I mean, in an ideal world, I'd like to be able to just start a turn and finish a turn and have it about an hour long. But it's not an ideal world. So, and I get the feeling that, our F-16 is going to have a go. Oh no, I don't think he can reach, can he? Or could we just not move on? I don't know. Well, I'm going to have to take a break now anyway. So what I'll do is I'll probably just cut this as a part and just keep it a bit smaller. And it gets me uploading these videos a bit quicker as well. You know, I can look back on them quicker if they're shorter as well, which I like to do. And so I'll might get a bit more done tonight, but then the next few days I'm going to be tied up with other things. So and if I do decide to come back tonight, I might just add a little bit more on at the back of this, but I get probably better just cutting this as part 5 and then I can start part 6. Now, hang on, it's still our turn, and we've got 1 flight still to activate, so that should keep me right there because I can see that they've both been moved. We've only got 1 flight left. It is our no, that's not good, Grant, because that's suggesting that I'm drawing an initiative. So if I leave the 2 initiative chat that I'd drawn, then we should be okay. Yeah, that should keep me right. Okay, I'll be back. I'll probably be part 6. I'll be back with sometime soon. Okay, cheers.